What's up, guys? Got a couple more rounds left of day 1 of Japan's Champions League tournament. We have Koraidon EX versus Arceus V-Star. So Koraidon EX. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look up all these cards. I literally have no idea. But as always, the Arceus V-Star deck will be trying to charge up some energies into play by using its Trinity Nova attack. Okay, apparently they want 150 for a Japanese alt art. That's not what I'm looking for. I just want to know what the attack does. So once per turn during your turn, you may attach up to 2 basic fighting energy from your discard pile to your basic fighting Pokemon in any way you like. And if you use that ability, your turn ends. So not a very good card in my opinion. And then Wild Impact 220 and you can't attack next turn. Just like the Koraidon EX. So then we have Arcanine V. The Hisuian Arcanine V. I don't remember what this does. I know that these two work together. Ability, as often as you like during your turn, you may move a fighting from one of your other Pokemon to this Pokemon. And then 90 plus, this attack does 30 more damage for each fighting energy attached to this Pokemon. It costs 4 colorless to do that though. So it looks like you're trying to get a bunch of fighting energy into play with the Koraidon, load them onto the Hisuian Arcanine. These players are both 3-0. Very interesting to see. I'm not sure why they're airing these matches in this particular order, but maybe they just had a bunch of games going on in the background and they recorded them to put up on the live stream later when they had like maybe lulls between matches or something. Not quite sure. But yeah, it looks like this is a round 4 match. These players are 3-0 each. So I think I'm going to upload these all in order. I don't think I want to try to put them in round order. Because, I mean, that's the order they stream them, right? I don't know. We'll see. I haven't uploaded a single one of these yet because I still have a bunch of the Knoxville ones going up. I'm getting really ahead on my uploads. So we are going to use the Trinity Charge here with the Legends Arceus promo. It's my favorite artwork of the Arceus V. So we are going to put 1 Lightning Energy to our other Arceus V that's on the bench, and a Psychic and a Grass to this Giratina V. So this is an Arceus Giratina deck. This is the 3rd time we're seeing this on the stream so far. We are going to get the Rocky Chest Plate, which your fighting Pokemon take 30 less damage. I was actually able to read this card in Japanese, funnily enough. See, fighting symbol, minus 30. That was enough to get me to remember what the card does. Kind of funny in that way. We do get the Koraidon fully powered up here. We are able to take the knockout because we were able to use the ability turn 1. And we're able to attach for turn on this next turn here. We are able to get all the energy that we need in order to hit for 220. Times 2 for weakness is actually 440. But this Koraidon will not be able to attack on this next turn. So this Koraidon deck seems like it would be very good against Arceus. We'll just have to see exactly how good it is against Arceus. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, an Arceus V-Star Koraidon EX deck might not be terrible, but only if Arceus is a big threat in the metagame. Like, if a lot of people are playing different Arceus decks and nobody's playing the Dunsparce, then you could play your own Arceus deck with the Koraidon, and then that would be pretty good, because you could just Trinity Nova to a Koraidon. And if you miss the turn 1 energy, you can just use Koraidon's ability to get energy in play. So yeah, that would be a pretty decent combo. So we're just going to attach another Grass Energy for turn here to this Giratina. Hopefully we will be able to get the evolution, because if we don't, we will... Yeah, we do have an Arceus V-Star on the bench, so we are going to use Starbirth. That will get us into the Giratina V-Star that we need in order to attack this turn. And all of a sudden this went from looking very bad to looking very good for this player. Your Arceus V went down, your opponent took the first 2 prize cards, has a fully powered up really good attacker here, but Giratina hits for 280 and is not weak to these fighting Pokemon that are not going to be doing too much, especially since this Koraidon was not able to get any energy down onto these Hisuian Arcanine Vs. So we're going to cut 4 to the bottom, draw 4 with the Judge. Yep, and there is the V-Star. We are going to Lost Vacuum, Lost Zoning a Grass Energy to get rid of that rocky chest plate. And we're going to see a full face guard as well. I believe that the Pokemon V... What is it? The Pokemon it's attached to takes 20 less damage from attacks or something like that. I don't remember. I played against that in a Dracozolt V Max deck. I do. It's something along those lines. I've still got to put the Judge in the discard pile here. We will pass the turn over after taking that knockout. So we took 2 prize cards, tying it up. We're going to have to see how this Arcanine Koraidon deck is able to get set up from here, because it has to have some sort of other energy acceleration besides just the Koraidon, right? Because the Koraidon just ends your turn, and that just does not seem ideal. Also, one of those cards that was discarded with the Ultra Ball there is the new Art of Judge. In case anybody does not recognize what that is, we are getting a second Koraidon EX down, and also playing the Lake Acuity Stadium card, which allows any of your Pokemon that have a water energy attached to them to take 20 less damage from attacks. So it looks like the way that this deck works is that it wants to build up the ability to take less damage by using the Rocky Chest Plate and the Lake Acuity in combination. Because they will be taking minus 50 from every attack here now. And will be able to dish out quite a bit of damage. So trying to get 2 attacks off with the same Hisuian Arcanine. We're going to bench a third Hisuian Arcanine. We're going to V-Guard Energy as well. So the V-Guard Energy is another minus 30 that you would then take from Pokemon V. So if you're attacked by a Pokemon V, that's minus 80. And it feels like you're playing Goodra almost here. So this is really cool to see. So we are using Koraidon's ability here. We are going to get 2 fighting energy out of the discard pile, put them onto our Pokemon. We're going to put that onto the Hisuian Arcanine and pass, because that is what the ability forces you to do. So we're going to see if we can build up this big Hisuian Arcanine and just let it live a couple of hits here. Since this is the Arceus version of Giratina, it will not be able to get 10 cards in the Lost Zone very easily. So it's very unlikely that we will be able to see a V-Star power attack from the Giratina, especially since that Star Birth has already been used for the game as well. So that is not an option. Even if we were able to get the cards in the Lost Zone, we've already used our V-Star power, so... We are going to use Serena here. We're going to discard 2 Arceus V-Stars. Look at all of these rainbow rares. This is absolutely ridiculous. I hate rainbow rares. We're going to be able to discard those 3 cards and draw at least 3 up until we have 5 cards in our hand here. A little surprised that we didn't just like boss or use it to bring up one of the Arcanine and hit into it, but I guess even if you were hitting into it, you would have to Lost Zone energy to do that. So I guess your next best attacker would be to attack with the Arceus, which is weak. So this puts you in a really weird spot. I think what you would want to do here is knock out one of the regular Hisuian Arcanines that does not have the Rocky Chest Plate on it and the V-Guard energy. So like Boss's orders one of those up. So you could have done that with the Serena. You would have just needed 1 more energy on your Giratina in order to attack with it. You could have gone up an additional 2 prize cards, and your opponent still would be like 1 ability away from being able to attack anyway, so you essentially have 2 free turns here in order to build up your board. So we are going to get the Radiant Gardevoir. We're going to be able to take 20 less damage from attacks and just pass here. We did not have the energy. We did not have the... well, since we did not have the energy, the Serena-ing was not a good play. So might as well just leave the Radiant Greninja up in the active. Make your opponent find a way to retreat it if they are able to get a Hisuian Arcanine fully powered up. But most likely they are just going to use the Koraidon ability yet again. There is 1 more fighting energy at minimum in the discard pile, so that will be able to be put onto the Hisuian Arcanine. But yeah, it'll just be whether or not this Arceus deck has the way to boss around the Hisuian Arcanine with all of this damage reduction. And since 2 Serenas were already used on the last turn, 1 was played, discarding another one, I don't think it might be that likely. They may still have a couple of bosses orders. Maybe this deck even plays Palpad. But you're going to have to get into that. And we see an attach for turn and the ability. Or maybe it was just the ability. I can't really tell. So, opponent has to read the card. We do have a V-Guard and we have 5 basic fighting energy on it. So we are doing 30 times 5 is 150 plus 90 is 240. We're doing 240 with Hisuian Arcanine V now. So we are about 2 energy or 1 energy and a choice belt away from taking the knockout. However, we already have a tool on us, so you would have to lost vacuum your own tool in order to put the choice belt on. So not very likely that that's going to be happening. Looks like we are using Arven. It allows you to search your deck for a couple of trainer cards. I believe 1 item and 1 tool. So we are getting Escape Rope and Choice Belt. The Choice Belt will help negate essentially the V-Guard energy, but we'll still have to get through the Rocky Helmet as well. Or the not the Rocky Helmet, the Rocky Chest Plate. So we are going to play the Escape Rope. The Koraidon comes up. I think that that is the ideal thing to be knocking out if you're not going to be knocking out the dude with all the energy anyway. So a little glad that that's coming up. So we will possibly be able to attack this turn with Giratina should we have an energy. We're going to have to draw into one if we don't already have one. We do have a double turbo. We can Lost Zone that as the full Lost Zoning cost for the Giratina's attack. So if we do not get knocked out on this next turn by the Arcanine, we may be able to take all of our prize cards this game really with the 1 Giratina. We also have the full face guard. So this, yeah, so this Hisuian Arcanine is, I think, just the 2 energy away still, even with the full face guard. But either way, it does not feel good to be put in this position. We're going to see another Bibarel get benched. We also see Flying Pikachus in this deck as well. I haven't seen, I guess we have seen 1 Lightning. It is in the Lost Zone. They're probably only playing maybe 2 or 3 copies of the Lightning energy, and the rest are the Psychic and Grass. Yeah, I think I might upload these in round order, so I'm going to have to go through and rename all of the rounds in a specific way so that they sort correctly in my recordings folder. Just some background information and some behind the scenes here. So you guys aren't going to be, if you guys are a little confused at if my commentary between games does not seem exactly the same, it's because or if I have like more information from previous rounds, it's because that these are not going to be uploaded in the order that they were shown, but they are going to be uploaded in the order of which the rounds take place, essentially. Because again, this is a round 4 match, and this is the, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the 14th one I'm recording, and it's a round 4 match. We saw like round 8 in the previous one that I recorded, so looks like, let's see what we're doing here. We're playing a boss's orders to bring up the Hisuian Arcanine here. We were already able to take the knockout on the previous turn, and this opponent is like, yeah, I'm gonna lose here. So let me just rewind this a little bit to make sure I know what happened, because I did get onto a little bit of a tangent. I just want to make sure because... yeah, so we did see the Serena to bring up the Flying Pikachu. That gets knocked out. We are at 2 prize cards remaining from the player on the left. We'll be at 2 prize cards remaining from the player on the right. Yeah, so that Pikachu is knocked out. The 2 prize cards are taken. The Giratina is promoted. And as long as we just see like an attach for turn and the boss's orders, we did see already. So yep, that was the attach for turn, the boss's orders. I got distracted. We bring up that other Hisuian Arcanine. We attack for the game. We've taken all 6 prize cards with 1 Giratina. And that is exactly how the game goes. So anyways, guys, do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Feed that YouTube algorithm so that the YouTube algorithm feeds us back by promoting these videos to other Pokemon players on YouTube who want to see stuff like this. Don't forget that there is the Twitch and all the socials and everything linked in the description box below. And we will see you guys next time for another round. Maybe it'll be around 9. Maybe it'll be around 2. Who knows? That's the way that they're recording it. Not that you'll be seeing them in the wrong order or the right order. I don't know. I don't know how to end these videos, but